Hi everyone, it's Jeremy. The Poco F6 Pro has just been announced. I received it a few days before its release, and at the time this video comes out, I'll be at its launch in Dubai. And if you want to follow it live, it's on my Instagram account right there. So today we're going to take a look at what it comes with, the specification, benchmarks, what it looks like in-game, and I'm preparing a video dedicated to the photo-video part of the smartphone with what I will take during my trip. So if you're interested, think about subscribing and let's start with the unboxing. For the unboxing, the phone arrives in a black box with yellow lettering for the smartphone name, as it's customary with Poco. Inside you'll find a SIM card ejector tool, documentation, and a protective case in soft grey plastic with the cutout for the photo module. It also comes with a USB to USB-C cable and a 120-watt charger. It's the classic package for a Poco or Xiaomi smartphone, but when you compare it to the competition in the same price range, they often come with no charger and no case. Personally, I often use the supply kit without buying another, and given that not everyone has a 120-watt charger around, it would be a shame not to be able to take advantage of this very fast charge if it wasn't supplied with it. In terms of design, the smartphone is 8.2mm thick and weighs 208 grams. This year it features a brushed aluminum frame, which on this model is black, so it's not necessarily obvious from the video. I like the coating on the back, which makes for something out of the ordinary. It's pleasant to the touch and doesn't pick up fingerprints. It's also available in white with this look, where the frame will be grey with brushed metal. The phone is not IP68 certified, and on the top it has the photo unit with 3 sensors and a flash. An 8-megapixel ultra-wide angle, a 50-megapixel main sensor, the Light Fusion 800, and a 2-megapixel macro sensor. On the top it has a microphone and an infrared emitter, on the right side the volume and power button, and then on the bottom the dual SIM drawer, a microphone, the USB-C port and a speaker. Stereo is present with the speaker located at ear level. In terms of design, I can't say that I'm necessarily a big fan of the photo unit. It's the same type as on the Poco F6 Pro, and in the end it doesn't really distinguish this model as being superior and more expensive, apart from the gold part and the sensors. I find the design of the Poco F6 much nicer, continuing with last year's Poco F5 design. For the screen, it measures 6.67 inches, it's a flat AMOLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate, a WQHD+ resolution, and its brightness can go up to 4000 nits in bright sunlight. It comes with a pre-installed screen protector, and the 16-megapixel selfie sensor can be found at the very top center. I'll put the link in the description for the rest of the specs, and it goes without saying that when it comes to watching content, playing games or even editing images, we've got a big beautiful screen, which is what we've come to expect from this series of smartphones, and you won't be disappointed with this model. It's also worth pointing out that the bezels are very slim compared to those found on models in the same price range, which is always pleasing to see. In the option, you can activate an advanced texture mode to add effects, modify the color scheme between Original Pro, Vivid, Saturated and Adaptive colors, or go to the advanced parameter option to choose between Original, P3 or sRGB. The refresh rate can be left in automatic mode by default or forced to 60 or 120Hz, and finally the image resolution can be set to Full HD Plus or WQHD+. There's also an option in the latter mode to change resolution automatically to save some battery life. At the bottom of the screen is the fingerprint reader, which reacts very quickly to unlock the screen. In terms of specification, it's equipped with Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, 12 or 16GB of RAM in LPDDR5X, and 266, 512 or even 1TB in UFS 4.0. Here I've got the 16 and 1TB version, and it won't be equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, the latest version of the processor, even though Gen 2 is more than enough for everyday use and even gaming, as we'll see later on. The phone comes with HyperOS 1.0 and Android 4, the latest version of the system that is starting to be deployed on various Poco and Xiaomi smartphones, which will enable us to take advantage of the entire ecosystem of both brands. For software support, we can expect 3 years of OS update and 4 years of security update, as it was the case with the Poco F6 Pro, for example. For benchmarks, I'm posting what I got on Antutu, Geekbench, PCMark. I wasn't able to do the 3D Mark test as I got it before it was released, but I'll do it as soon as it's available. For Antutu, I ran the test once in optimized mode and once in performance mode to see the difference, and in both cases the scores are high. On the other hand, in performance mode the phone heats up a lot, so I'm not sure it's worth switching to it on a daily basis. For gaming, as said, it uses the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 and its graphic part, the Adreno 740. I tested various games in optimized mode without the performance or ultimate mode activated from the game turbo section, and I have to say that between the beautiful screen and the processor we're in good condition for gaming. On Call of Duty Warzone, by default the game is in high and 30 FPS, but I put it in no limit and everything is fluid, the phone doesn't get particularly hot and it's very pleasant to play. The same goes for PUBG, where you can set the settings to HDR and Extreme or Fluid and Ultra Extreme for FPS to get 120 FPS and really get the most out of the screen. No slowdown there either. And on Genshin Impact, by default the characteristics are on medium. I just changed the FPS to 60 and it was fluid too. In games, according to the Game Turbo tool, we were around 50 FPS during fight, which is more than pleasant and enough for me at least. As far as audio is concerned, it has stereo with the speaker at the bottom and the second at ear level. The lower speaker is louder than the upper one and the sound is loud and of good quality. I'll give you an example right away. For battery life, the phone has a 5000 mAh battery with 120 watt charge, no wireless charging on this model. To test the battery life, I used the PCMark application, which gives me an automated test comparable with other models, and I obtained 11 hours and 56 minutes using WQHD Plus screen resolution and the default refresh rate. If you set the resolution to Full HD, you'll probably be able to gain some screen time. I've also posted what I've been able to get from other smartphones of the brand to give you some idea. For charging, I activated the increased charge speed mode in the battery section to get the fastest possible charge, and it's really effective. In 9 minutes the phone went from 3% to 58%, and in 19 minutes charging was complete. Regarding the price, it will obviously depend on your country. In France, the price varies between 580 euros to 700 euros as a standard price, and with the early bird prices you could get it for between 500 euros to 600 euros. Compared to last year's Poco F5 Pro, the Poco F6 Pro has a new processor, faster charging, a new design with an aluminum frame, improvement to screen brightness, and a 1TB version available. No big changes, simply an evolution of the model. So usually the Poco F series is known for its performance, and even if this model doesn't have the latest processor, that didn't stop me from playing the latest game in excellent condition, and thanks to its screen I got even more out of it. So in my opinion, this new Poco F6 Pro delivers what you would expect from it. As I said in the intro, I'm saving the photo video part for a future video after having the opportunity to try out in Dubai. It's not necessarily the part that is showcased a lot on these models, but I hope I'll have some pleasant surprises and it will also give me a chance to tell you more about my trip. If you still have some questions about this phone, leave me a comment and I'll try to include them in the next video.